You know our buddy J-Mac, Jason McIntyre, sometimes known as our punching bag here at FS1. He has a new podcast that he actually shares with Rob G called Straight Fire. And they had Charles Robinson, friend of the show, Yahoo Sports NFL reporter, your personal friend of yours. He went on there and he said that there's issues in Green Bay between the Packers and their superstar quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. Here's Robinson.
Well, the thing that's off in Green Bay is that Aaron Rodgers and Brian Gutekunst, the general manager, they're not good. Like, they're just not.
Are they bad or are they just like not good?
I think they're bad. I think Aaron Rodgers looks at Brian Gutekunst and says, this guy is not showing me. He drafted Jordan Love. I don't think he believes. I think Aaron Rodgers behind the scenes does not believe Brian Gutekunst believes in him and does not believe in him and he just won the MVP and he's sitting there and he's going, I should have a general manager who's going, hey, my guy just won the MVP and we got at least a couple good years left here. Let's crank this out and really build around this guy. And instead, I think he feels like Brian Gutekunst is looking at Jordan Love in the future rather than saying the future I already have in 12.
Right.
And let's do what we can with 12 while we have 12.
Wow. He said a mouthful there, Rob. And you know what? From the reports you see, I tend to agree with this. He's not the first one to say this. There's a lot of talk about this. And for me, Rob, this is more evidence that the Green Bay Packers care more about being relevant and being, a good, relevant team than they do about winning Super Bowls. And I think that's plagued them for the last several years, like close to a decade. And they've had the great Aaron Rodgers, and they're always, good and relevant because he's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play the game. He generally, when he's healthy, keeps them in the playoffs, keeps the fan base thinking we got a shot to win it, keeps the fan base rabid. I mean, it's Green Bay. They're already rabid, but when you actually have a good team, they love it. And I think they haven't gone the extra mile to help him out. And he hadn't been perfect. He's had his issues too in the NFC championship games. I'm not saying he's been perfect, but he hasn't gotten the help he needs. Jordan Love, the drafting of him was another example. And now, when you got him playing as well as he probably ever has, instead of locking him up, we got a good coach. We got a lot of great pieces. Let's go all in. We saw Tampa Bay go all in. They added all types of people to help Brady and win a Super Bowl, and they did. Green Bay's not doing that. And to me, it's because we're relevant with Aaron. We got Jordan Love. We think he'll be the next guy, and he'll keep us relevant for another 10, 12 years as well. That's what I think. This is the latest evidence that they have not done right by Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, I can't prescribe to what you're saying about being relevant. It's Green Bay, Wisconsin. There's nothing else there. People have always showed up there regardless, Chris. When they were winning championships, when they were in a drought and they didn't win, people packed the place. So I don't think that that's about being relevant. When you own a town or a region like that's not the issue. I just don't think that I think that they've needed a strong owner to push. It's a unique situation. It's a franchise that doesn't have an owner that's technically owned by the fans or stockholders, but they really don't own stock in the team. It's more, what do you call it? Like you bought shares, but you really don't own stock. It's more
they don't have any decision-making power.
Right. Like there's no stockholder meeting and you could say we're going to fire the coach or hire a general manager. It's more like symbolic. It's like a symbolic ownership when you buy money. But they do have a decision-maker. Yeah, but I just think that they've been wrong. They've always done things the same way. A couple of years ago when they played Seattle, I don't think that was their call for the tight end to mishandle the onside kick. I mean, they were going to go to the Super Bowl that year. They've had chances. They've had bad defenses. They've tried to to have a team without any free agents, because this is the Green Bay Packers way, where everybody on the team was drafted through that. That didn't work. They tried to sign some free agents. I'm just saying, I just think there's been bad decisions made, obviously, but I don't think it's like they don't want to win. This is a proud organization that's won a lot, especially early on, have had great players. I think they want to win. I don't know if the people pulling the strings or making the decisions, Chris, are good, but I don't think it's an organizational, well, we don't want to win, we just want to be relevant. I don't believe anybody in pro sports buys into that. I don't think that's why you get into it.
Why are they not?
Because they have bad.
They're doing right by Aaron Rodgers?
I just think they make bad decisions. I don't think that they really. I would say that because it's not the same people. There are the other general manager before that got fired. I mean,
right now.
So,
I mean, how do you explain the way things are going with Aaron Rodgers?
I'm saying I think that they aren't really a good front office. They don't really know what they're doing. This is the NFL. Everybody, just because you're a general manager doesn't mean you know what you're doing. There are teams that the Lions haven't never made the Super Bowl. They've changed GMs and coaches 40 times, and nothing's changed. So there's a lot of guys out there who are in these jobs who are no good at it, who are just no good. And the same handful of teams seem to win or have a chance to win, and a lot don't. Jerry Jones. You think Jerry Jones, he could be in that class of just being relevant, right? They're relevant.
No, he's clearly trying to win.
He's trying to win, but they don't win, and they haven't won in 25 years.
Right.
So what do you say to Jerry Jones?
He makes some bad decisions.
That's what I'm saying.
I think the Green Bay, you said they keep doing things the same way. If it's not working, why don't you switch up a little bit?
No, I get it, but I don't think that when
I say don't want to win, Rob, I'm not saying they want to be. I'm actually saying the opposite of them wanting to be not caring if they go 5-11. I think they're like, look, we want to. They were irrelevant when you and I were growing up for the most part. The Green Bay Packers were off the map, and then they got Brett Favre, and then they had their nice run, and then it continued with Aaron Rodgers. And I think they're afraid of falling off the map again. And Green Bay, yeah, they might draw fans there, but if that team's no good, they will fall off the map. And if and I think they're more concerned with, we rather just stay 11 wins every season, 12 wins. Sure, they like to win a Super Bowl, but my point is they are not going all out. I don't believe. I think they've done some nice moves lately.
But I think you were talking about the idea if they just wanted to be relevant.
Well, what do you think I meant by relevant?
They didn't have to re-sign Aaron Jones. They have another guy who could have replaced him without re-signing Aaron Jones. They re-signed him. They didn't have to. They had his replacement right there, much cheaper, and they decided to keep him for what they have. I'm not saying they made all the right moves, Chris. I'm telling you, I think that they're not the smartest organization.
To win the Super Bowl.
But I don't believe that they just want to be relevant. And you know what? All of these general managers now, we see it. They all want to restart the clock with guys they draft. They don't care. Aaron Rodgers is no different from Tom Brady, who had to move on, to Peyton Manning, who had to move on, to Joe Montana, who had to move on, to all these guys. That's what they do in this league. And I don't think it's anything different on how they're treating Aaron Rodgers. They sent Joe Montana. Oh, no, we got your guy right here, Joe. Thanks for the 4 Super Bowl. 4-0, 11 touchdowns, no picks. Thanks. Appreciate it. Steve Young sitting right here. Thank you very much. So if I'm Aaron Rodgers, what's any different from that? That guy won 4 Super Bowls and he didn't get to finish his career. And they were ready to move him out every chance they got. So I just think it's the NFL. I think it's the NFL.
Nah, Tom Brady won 6 Super Bowls in New England. That type of winning can make you know what? Jerry Krause said it in Chicago. Jordan got them 6 rings. They were ready to move on. Like, look, let's build it ourselves. They were winning so much. Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, and you had a great quarterback in way. You knew Steve Young. We all knew Steve Young was ready and going to be great. So those were different situations. Peyton Manning somewhat similar, although he was injured. He had the neck injury.
He played great. He played great for
Denver. But you didn't know he was coming back like that. Like, he was hurt, and when they moved on to Andrew Luck. So they haven't won enough with Rodgers. So they certainly can't be tired of winning Super Bowls.
I didn't say
And
that.
Rodgers
My
is
point
playing,
was that
Rodgers at the top of his game. What
being
was that?
relevant. I don't think that's true.
What do you think I mean by being relevant?
You just think like they don't care whether they win or not. I don't buy into that.
What
They
is-
might
what
not
is-
win,
what is- I didn't
but
say
I don't
that.
believe that. I don't
What
believe
is
that.
What do you think I mean by being relevant?
No, what you're insinuating without saying it is that they don't care if they win or not, and I don't believe that.
No,
that's...
I'm not saying that. I'll define what I'm saying. By being relevant, I said it earlier, being relevant is making the playoffs just about every year or every year. Winning 11 games, having a chance. You're a contender, which they've been. But I don't think they've gone the extra mile, whether it was strengthening the defense, whether it's adding more receivers, whatever. Heck, you drafted a quarterback when you got one of the best quarterbacks in the league already. And so that's what I mean. Relevant is not 7-9. I don't mean that.
The way you're looking at it and the way we're talking about it is just different. I think that they want to win. I'm not so sure if they know how to win, to make it right or to get there. I think that if they had an owner who had a little more control, who was really like trying to make sure the organization is right, I think they might have a better shot. Or Aaron Rodgers could go to somebody who has ultimate power, not the GM, not other people are hired by a board, but at the actual owner, I think it might be different.